Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Limis. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Cabinet members are named for the Palacios Apatang administration. Also tonight, a local male with a long criminal history is back behind bars. And Guam soldiers adopt a park on Saipan. In sports, these high school kids don't mess around with badminton. Stay with us, we have these stories and more up next.
What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. What's the move?
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, the 1st of February, 2023. Governor Arnold Palacios and Lieutenant Governor David Apatang announces the appointments to cabinet-level positions this afternoon.
These are the people that will be running the show in this administration. These are our Rebuilding a Trust team.
Cabinet members of the Palacios Apatang administration were officially introduced to the press this afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Francis Sablon, Military and Veterans Affairs Office.
Good afternoon. My name is Layla Staffler, and I'm at the Department of Labor.
Good afternoon. Tina Sablon, Senior Policy Advisor to the Government.
Good afternoon, I'm from the Youth Affairs Office.
Paul Tenorio from the Criminal Justice Planning Agency.
Good afternoon, Anthony Torres, Department of Corrections.
Hello. My name is Felix Nokis. I'm here on behalf of the Cabinet Affairs Office.
Good afternoon, Hafade. My name is Joseph Rios. I'm here for Department of Commerce.
Tirogan Hafade, Silveri Somar, Department of Lands and Natural Resources.
Danny Aquino, Commonwealth Bureau of Military Affairs.
Magandang gabi po. My name is Ray Yumo. I'm with the Department of Public Works.
Good afternoon. I'm Vicky Villa Gomez, Office of Management and Budget.
Good afternoon, everybody. Tracy Narita, Department of Finance.
The announcement of cabinet members comes after 3 weeks since the oath-taking of office.
A lot of critical issue that was at the forefront of our administration when we first walked in the door, and those took precedent. But we're very happy that we are now able to begin to constitute our cabinet members.
There are still several positions to be filled, such as commissioners for public safety, homeland security, and fire and emergency management.
The departments that you've just mentioned are very, very critical departments. As we all know, these are departments that have over the years had controversies, and they deal with public safeties and the sensitive departments. So the Lieutenant Governor and I are taking a full bore of considerations for those candidates. But we will be making those announcements fairly shortly, probably next week or the following.
Tina Sablon ran against Governor Palacios in the recent November election. She is now the senior policy advisor.
My interest was in working closely with him and with the legislature, our delegates to Congress, our agency and department heads, and our federal government partners and other stakeholders to advance the governor's policy agenda. I think that I can serve in that capacity well, and I will do so to the best of my ability. And part of my focus, a big part of my focus in this role, will be to follow through on the commitments that are outlined in the unity pledge that the governor and the lieutenant governor agreed to.
Those appointed as special assistants take office effective immediately. Appointed department secretaries will still need to undergo Senate confirmation. Be sure to stay with KSPN as we bring you exclusive interviews with the new cabinet members soon. The parole of a local male convicted of murder didn't last too long. He is now back behind bars after 2 assault incidents. 30-year-old Edward Iglesias Blas is being charged with 2 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon and 3 counts of disturbing the peace. Blas, through his lawyer Tyler Scott, requested the court to be released to a third-party custodian. Assistant Attorney General Heather Barcinas asked the court to deny his bail modification request, given the fact that he's only been out on parole for less than 4 months before allegedly committing another crime. Barcinas also told the court that Blas has admitted to drug use and that he just assaulted a corrections officer about a month ago. Associate Judge Teresa Kim Tenorio told Scott that nothing has changed in his bail modification request since it was first denied by Judge Wesley Bogdan. She called it lazy work, a cut-and-paste job, and that it offered her nothing new as to why Blas should be released. Tenorio denied the bail modification given his long criminal history and the danger of the crimes alleged. Tenorio kept bail at $100,000 and ordered that Blas be remanded back to the Department of Corrections. According to court documents, on November 1st, 2022, Blas allegedly pointed a knife at 3 individuals, stating that he can kill them. One of the victims stated she was also punched by Blas in the stomach. The incident occurred 4 months after his release on parole for his first-degree murder charges during the perpetration of a robbery incident at Marianas High School. Blas pled guilty to the murder of security guard Efren Ballesteros in 2008 and was sentenced to 24 years in prison. It was your typical Sunday at the park, but with members of the 23rd Sinamay Legislature, officials from the Saipan Mayor's Office, and the park's new parents, the Guam Army National Guard. Let's take a look at this story. The San Vicente Community Park was adopted by the Guam Army National Guard over the weekend. They are now responsible for the maintenance and beautification of the park. The adoption comes from a program under the Saipan Mayor's Office named Adopt a Place, which is not only aimed to keep the island clean, but to promote unity as well.
If you look at the population of the government, it's probably a handful. But if you look at the population on this island, it's way, way greater than the government. So that is where the resources is. Let's start And let's all be responsible. And let's all promote safe community, safe village, and a clean island.
According to Major General Esther Agigi, the Guam National Guard stays ready to serve all types of missions they are called for, which may sometimes include recovery assistance after a devastating typhoon. Back in 2018, hundreds of soldiers were on the island of Saipan and Tinian cleaning debris and repairing roofs after Super Typhoon Yutu.
So when my good friend Mayor Camacho presented this idea of adopting a place, my Command Sergeant Major, Leonin, he and I thought, wow, what a perfect way to also be there. And what better way to offer a token of our support to the people of Saipan and to show the unity of effort that will serve well in the future.
The event was attended by members of the 23rd Sinamay Legislature, officials from the Saipan Mayor's Office, Youth Affairs Office, civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army Mike Sablon, and soldiers of the Guam National Guard.
May God bless our service members, our veterans and their families, and each one of you here today. Viva NMI! Viva! Viva Guam! Viva Marianas! Thank you very much for your time.
The Sinamay Department of Public Safety will be conducting sobriety checkpoints for the month of February. The first checkpoint is scheduled for Saturday, February 11 along Beach Road, Chalanlaulau to Chalankanoa. Time will be 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. The second checkpoint on that evening will be along Chalan Poly Arnold Road from Gualarai to Chalanlaulau. Time is set for 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. For Sunday, February 12, the first checkpoint will be along Beach Road, Garapan to Chalankanoa from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The second checkpoint will be along Chalan Monsignor Guerrero Road, Dandan to San Jose from 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. The purpose of these scheduled checkpoints is to promote public safety while increasing awareness of the dangers of driving while under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication. Locations of the checkpoints were predetermined based on the number of auto accidents and impaired driving violations in these areas. All right, coming up, an informative medical consultation about your heart and how to keep it healthy. Stay tuned.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Members of the Saipan Rotary Club were given a short medical consultation on heart attacks and its risks. The Rotary Club of Saipan held their weekly meeting on Tuesday with Dr. Peter Greger as their guest speaker. Dr. Greger is the cardiologist over at the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation, and he is a fellow Rotarian himself. His presentation focused on risk factors of heart attacks and ways to avoid it. Essentially, smoking and high cholesterol levels pose as the major risk factors for heart attacks these days. But there is also one ingredient you can avoid to keep a healthy heart.
High fructose corn syrup was thrown into the beverages and thrown into 90% of the food that Americans eat.
Greger says sugar can be broken down by all cells in the body, but the human body can only safely handle 30 grams of fructose.
When corn is turned into this fructose, it can only be broken down by the liver. And not only that, it inhibits an enzyme. The enzyme is called leptin. And leptin is the chemical that signals halfway through a big meal, dude, you're full. Except if there's fructose in there, leptin is inhibited and you have to eat more because leptin is suppressed. You see this big meal and you eat more and you eat more.
Greger says fructose was created in 1984 and since then has been linked to the diabetes epidemic in America. Besides avoiding fructose, there are other factors that can help keep a healthy heart.
There are 8 factors now to prevent heart attacks. Number 1, diet, body weight, physical activity, cholesterol, sugar, blood pressure, nicotine, and, remarkably, sleep.
More tonight with an NMC professor who has put together a new book about the Marianas that will be released this Friday.
A Marianas Mosaic will be released this Friday, compiled, edited, and written by Yanni Burrell. The book is a collection of voices from around the different islands of the Marianas, including Guam, Saipan, Tinian, and Rota, and also from the different cultures and populations that make up the islands.
Yes, it is big, right? It's a big book, 400 and some odd pages. It's broken up into 2 sort of larger parts. One part is entitled Signs, and the other is entitled Shifts. And the signs are there are a number of chapters that seek to sort of just provide some signposts, if you will, of what life is currently like, different aspects of life here. And then Shifts sort of speaks to what has changed in life here in the Marianas in the past couple decades. What is going on? And then oftentimes with a sort of look or glimpse at where we may be ending up, where we may be headed in the future.
Burrell studied history at Michigan and then got a master's in creative writing. He has published fiction and nonfiction in literary journals and magazines. This is his first book.
There are 22 selections in there, 22 chapters. Like the Marianas, very diverse in terms of their content, in terms of the authorship, in terms of the voice, in terms of the sophistication. There's a really nice eclectic mix of different writing in there. We've got poetry, we've got sort of memoir or confessional nonfiction, we've got scholarly work, academic work, little vignettes, big long pieces. We've got those from Carolinian authors, Chamorro authors, authors from Guam, authors from the Marianas, authors from the diaspora around the world, some of whom are indigenous, some of whom are not indigenous. So a really diverse collection of content and people contributing.
All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We have sports up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Bring your friends in for the best night out at Godfather's Bar in Garabin. Sing along to your favorite hits with live music from the Gigolos. Godfather's has daily food and drink specials, like Taco Tuesdays. The best pizza on island every day of the week. Located on Palm Street in Garrison.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
For tonight's sports report, we head to the Marianas High School gym to see these kids in action. The CNMI Public School System and Take Care Insurance continued week 2 of the Badminton Interscholastic League at the Gilbert C. Ada Gymnasium on Saturday morning. Northern Marianas Badminton Association's Christy Villaflor tells us more about this tournament.
Good morning. So welcome to the Take Care Interscholastic Badminton League. This is for the high school division. We have 8 schools with 12 teams. Currently, we're in the second week. The games going on is men's doubles for all the schools. Each school will be playing 5 games per school, and this league will run for 5 weeks. So currently, we're so happy with the turnout. This is in collaboration with the PSS and the Northern Marianas Badminton Association, sponsored by Take Care.
Marianas High School Dolphins Group 2 is now on top after playing against Grace Christian Academy 2, Tinian Junior Senior High School, Agape Christian School, and Saipan International School 1. MHS 2 now has 56 points, followed by ACS 1 with 44, SIS with 35, GCA 2 with 33, Saipan Southern High School 2 with 15, and Tinian with 12 points. Meanwhile, the Dolphins also leads the team standing in Bracket 2. MHS 1 won all of their matches against 4 different schools except for one event. MHS 1 faced Saipan International School 2, Agape Christian School 2, Cagman High School, and Grace Christian Academy 1. MHS 1 is in first place with 55 points, followed by Saipan Southern High School 1 with 39 points, ACS 2 with 30 points, Cagman with 26 points, GCA 1 and SIS 2 both with 21 points. And here are the highlights from week 2 of this tournament. Now, badminton isn't the most popular sport on island yet, but we have seen much interest among community members for the sport especially after the Pacific Mini Games. Tonight, we take you back to when the badminton court was new and ready to be played by some of the best badminton players in the Pacific. It's a special year for the Pacific Mini Games, as for the first time in history, the sport of badminton will be added to the events. Now KSPN gets the first look at what we can expect. The inclusion of badminton in the Pacific Mini Games is considered a milestone. 7 countries are set to play against each other beginning next Monday, June 20. Badminton Oceania's Secretary General Julie Carroll states the court is ready. It's just not dressed up yet. There will be added signage to go around along with extra chairs for line judges.
It's been a 2-year project, and here we are with a badminton stadium set up ready to play.
New Caledonia and Tahiti are the top 2 seeds for the Pacific Mini Games mixed team events. Jonah Koo from New Caledonia was named the women's single champion back in 2019, and her track record speaks for itself, winning 6 gold medals, 3 silvers, and 2 bronze in previous tournaments. Koo has been playing for more than 30 years now.
I love because it's very funny to play badminton, easy, and for the competition I like the speed, the technical of the play.
It's her first time to the CNMI, and she is happy to be a part of these significant games.
It's an honor to represent our country for so long time, and it's very enjoy to visit the Northern Marianas because it's the first time I came here. So it would be great to see all around the country and the people, yeah.
Remy Rossi from Tahiti is also known as a badminton champ around the Pacific region. He was recently in the Oceania Championships last April and was training with the France national badminton in preparations for the games before his arrival here to the CNMI.
I just tap on my Instagram account. I said really thank you to all the people of Mariana, because when we arrived we felt like at home, because you welcomed us so well, and it was so appreciable to be here. The hotel is so nice, the people are so nice, the drivers on the bus, everybody is so nice here. So it's really I'm really happy to be here.
Stay with us as we bring you more on badminton. This is Sally Lemis for the Channel 2 News.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goats Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good, and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. 2 simple ways of correcting that. All I'm gonna have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's gonna do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's gonna do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's gonna do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
And for your KSPN's weather report, mostly sunny with isolated showers, east-northeast wind around 21 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated showers, breezy with an east-northeast wind 21 to 23 miles per hour with gusts up to 32 miles per hour. High 85, low 77, humidity of 67%. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with isolated showers, breezy with an east wind 18 to 22 miles per hour, with gusts as high as 31 miles per hour, high 86, low 76. The high risk of rip currents through Saturday afternoon. Dangerous rip currents are expected on the east-facing reefs of the Marianas until 4 p.m. on Saturday. Rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from the shore into the deeper water. Now for your marine forecast, small craft advisory is in effect until Saturday afternoon. East winds 15 to 25 knots and seas 7 to 10 feet expected in the Marianas coastal waters from 6 p.m. this evening to 5 p.m. Saturday. These conditions will be hazardous to small craft. Sunrise will be at 6:46 a.m., high tide 3:33 p.m., low tide 11:41 p.m., and the sunset 6:15 p.m. And there you have it. That is your midweek edition of the news, sports, and weather here in the Marianas. Thank you so much for watching the Channel 2 News. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you back on Friday with more.